This will be, there we go. Jake just started recording it, so all the information will be available for you guys. Like I said, this is a part of the 2025 vegetable school where we're going to be trying to cover most of the crops grown in Alabama. We're going to be focused on cultivar selections for cucurbits today. However, we also will be covering the following weeks Solanaceae crops like tomatoes. We're going to cover some brassica crops. We're going to cover like I said, most of the crops. Also, Dr. Cremons will focus a little bit on the insects after my presentation. But today, like I said, we're going to be working on the cucurbit variety selection. And I like to start all my talks when I'm talking about cultivar with this slide. If you have attended the Alabama Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association conference this year, you have seen this slide before. And the reason why I show this, it's because I want every single grower, regardless if you grow only 1 acre or 1,000 acres, to understand the importance of selecting a good cultivars, because that's the only way you're gonna maximize your yield. So keep that in mind. If you want the potential yield of your farm, of your area, you need to select the proper cultivar. This is because cultivar selection is the first step of an integrated pest management. And you're going to be doing that so you can target special markets. You're going to be doing that because you know what your buyer wants and you're going to target what your buyer wants. This is the only way to increase the revenue. So the importance of our studies or our trials on comparing cultivars will let you guys or provide you information on how to select the correct or the most appropriate cultivar for your location. So having that in mind, we can start talking about cucurbits a little bit more. I put here a list of when to grow or when to plant cucurbits in the spring and fall for the North and South Alabama. I will not go by numbers or by dates correctly, but like yellow squash in North Alabama, April to early September. During this, we can do oops, I think I swapped the spring. Oh, the spring one can be from April to early September, but the fall do not plant after August. South Alabama, you can go March to April, while for fall, you can go from July to September. And there we go for melons, watermelons, and special pumpkins. So I just would like to have that information because this will help you to organize or to be prepared on the dates to buy seeds, to plant in the greenhouse, and when to put these crops in the field. Okay, so having it said, I would like to start at our presentation talking about watermelon. Watermelon first is based on the trials that we have done with seedless watermelon. Those trials were to evaluate cultivars like Cracker Jack, Sorbet, Orange Crisp, Tropical Sunshine, and Ocelot. If you are a small grower, you can find all these cultivars in John Seeds, but there are also other websites available for you to buy it online. I know that buying some resource in Alabama, it's usually hard. So I don't want to promote any company, but we try to identify or use cultivars that in our variety trials that can be easily purchased by our growers. So those are the 5 ones that we have evaluated in the last watermelon seedless that we have evaluated in the last 2 years in a row. And results have showed that the orange crisp, that it's this one right in the, or with the orange color, of course, provided our highest yield. However, it was not different from Ocelot, Cracker Jack, and Sorbet. Tropical Sunshine, which is the yellow one, did not yield as good as the other ones. But since it has a different color, it's important for us to mention that it can be for a good option for a grower who sells it in a fresh market. Particularly, I would like to emphasize that the Tropical Sunshine was our cultivar with the highest Brix, which means it had the highest sweetness. So it might be a great option for local farmers. Switching gears a little bit for the seeded watermelon, that's something in particular for our region in Alabama, where our customers do like seeded watermelons. We have evaluated the Natsu Cocoa, the Mean Love, Starting Light, Sugar Babe, Dark Bell, and New Orchid. Our data showed in the last 2 years, and this was consistent, that Starlight had our highest yield, but it was not different from Mean Love, New Orchid, or Sugar Baby. Dark Bell and Nats Cocoa did not yield very well. And once again, I would like to emphasize that the yellow one, New Orchid, did had the highest bricks. So it can be something very important for our growers to know. So this is something very important information. I'm going quickly through crops because we have too many crops to cover within the Cucurbit family. So if you have any question or would like more information about that, I will share my information in the end and you can contact me and I will share it with you guys. If we go to Cantaloupe, we have evaluated the Avatar, Hale's Best Jumbo, Accolade, and Delicious. I have talked with some growers in last month in the conference, and they asked about some old varieties like the uh, Da Vinci ones. They are still good. We have tried them in the past. We have not tried them in the last 2 years, but they are still good for using. Those are new varieties that are available in the market. And Avatar was the variety that provided us the highest yield. All other varieties yielded the same. So I would like to say that Avatar was one with a good yield. We're going to come back on this later, but just to show you a melon overview, I would like to say we separated on the yellow portion of this table. I know that it's a crowded table and I don't want to scare anybody with that, but I summarize it. So the yellow ones show the yield, fruit number, average fruit weight, fruit length, fruit width, ring thickness, and bricks for all the cultivars evaluated within the seedless watermelon. The orange one, same information, but for the seeded watermelon, while the green one, same information, but for cantaloupe. And to summarize it, to make it easier for you guys, I would like to say that in the seedless watermelon, our best options currently is the Orange Crisp and Ocelot. Keeping in mind that Cracker Jack, it's a very good variety. It can be for both large and small scale growers, Cracker Jack. So I also would like you guys to keep that in mind. All varieties had a bricks higher than 11%. So just keeping that in mind. For the seeded watermelon, Starlight and Sugar Babe are good varieties. However, Sugar Babe have a little bit lower bricks, which is the sweetness of the melon. So keep that in mind, depending on the preference of your customers. And to finalize the melons overview, I would like to say that Avatar, the Hale's Best Jumbo, and Delicious 51 were our best varieties. And if I had to recommend it, those would be the three that I would recommend for any grower in Alabama. So moving on to the pumpkins, we have done variety trials with pumpkins with growers in South and North Alabama. Also in our research station, I will be trying to summarize most of our data here. So there is a large list of varieties that we have evaluated. As you can see here, all the names. I will not go through each name. You guys can like take a screenshot of this, but like I said, it's recorded so you can find it. So I would like to say that our best variety currently is the 4737, which is a semi variety for the fruit weight. So you are looking for heavier fruits and you are selling your pumpkin by weight. That would be an option. Our highest yields, though, per plant was for Champion, while the largest number of fruits per acre was the Orange Bulldog. So this is different information that will help you guys to identify what to grow. Because if you do a pumpkin patch and you sell your pumpkin by weight, the 4737 might be a good option. And it was followed by Apollo and Champion as well. So those can be the three options. On the other hand, if you're thinking about a yield per plant, Champion was our best option. While if you are selling your pumpkin by our single price, regardless of the weight, number of fruits is important. Then Orange Bulldog would be our best option, followed by the Orange Sunrise. So those are the way that I would like you guys to see it, or to have that information for your farm and for the selection of your cultivar within pumpkins. A corn is also something that you guys should keep in mind. They are smaller pumpkins. They're very good for decoration. So those who sell it in farmer markets, I would strongly recommend you guys to plant some section in your farm. So there's different cultivars. We tested all those cultivars. Most of them are dark green, or there can be orange green or white. The fruit shape, it's here as well. We evaluated oval, round. I'm gonna have a photo of them in the end, flat. So you guys gonna be able to see it. And just to provide an information, the variety Thai bell and mashed potato were our best one. Mashed potato is the white one, so keeping that in mind. While table A's was our lowest variety. They are dark green. So just for you guys to see what we are talking about, mashed potato is the one in the bottom right of your screen. So that's a white variety, while the celebration is the one that it has the sparkles color, a mix of orange, yellow, and green. So those are some options that you have, and all other ones, they are like a darker green color. I cut them in half to show you what we have, and similar to the pumpkin information that I had, that I provided, I'm showing you fruit weight, yield per plant, number of fruits per acre, and also some dimensions of the fruits. On green are our best options for each of those parameters, while in red, the worst options for each parameter. So depend on what you are selecting, you can go for fruit weight, autumn perfection, or number of fruit per acre, mashed potato. So like I said, that white one, it can be a good options if you are selling that for decoration, and people have been like, our customers have been very acceptable for it. So that's an option that I strongly recommend it. So keep that in mind. All this information is available. So Acorn is a very good option if you are targeting that fall customer who likes the Halloween or their Thanksgiving decoration. Another trial that we did in South Alabama, and it worked pretty well, is kabocha. It's a type of pumpkin. I will not go in detail like the other ones for each variety, since they have different colors, different shape. I just took a photo of our trials there and their names, and those are the varieties that we have evaluated. All of them provided the best, and those are the ones that I recommended. So if you're looking like a smaller orange pumpkin, a kabocha, amber max, and sunshine would be a very good option. Gold Buddha ball, it's very good. It's very good for Halloween. They have that weird shape, but it's too orange, so it's something for you guys to keep in mind. Speckle Pup, the Sweet Mama, Cha-Cha, and Delica are very good for the flavor. So we would recommend those who are selling that for people who are looking more for eating their pumpkins than decorations. While the other ones have good colors, and I strongly recommend it as well. Switching gears from the pumpkin world to the yellow squash, but still keeping in the cucurbits, because this is the focus of this talk today. We're going to be talking about the 9 most grown yellow squash in the Southeast, not only in Alabama. We did trials this for 4 years in a row, taking data from all the way from Georgia to Dalton in South Alabama. We evaluate that also in Center Alabama in our research station. And the variety that yield the best consistently was Gentry, followed by Concord Tree. Those are our top variety. Grand Prize, it's a good variety, But if you are growing yellow squash in the fall, Gentry and Conquer would be your best option. When I mention fall, I'm talking about June and July planting. But if you are growing that early in the spring, keep in mind, Grand Prize, it's a very good variety. Lioness as well is a very good variety, but they don't have the resistance for a particular disease that we have in the fall, so they should be planted only in the spring. Gentry and Conquer, they do have resistance for disease resistance for the uh, for problems that we got in the spring and fall. So that's why they constantly yield better for us. Same thing for zucchini. If you are looking for that, I would say those are the 11 varieties that we evaluated also for 4 years in a row, different locations. Our best options were some Seminis varieties, the 6009 and the 0914, followed by steam, payload, and respect. Those varieties are very good varieties for the fall, while I would say for the spring, I would go with the spineless series. Spineless series is a series from Syngenta, and I would strongly recommend it, the Beauty and the Perfection one for the spring, for the easiness of picking. If you have problem with that spine or that with all the spikes that you have in the stem for the zucchini, the spineless series is very good, and that's can accelerate harvesting of your crow. But if you are in a small farm, that's going to make it easy. But if you are planting in the fall where we have more problems because the heatness of the summer when we are putting the plants in the ground, those two varieties here would be our best ones. Payload, Respect, and Justice Tree are also good varieties. Justice Tree has a good package, so I would disease resistant package, so I would strongly recommend it as well. Moving for the cucumbers, we don't have much information yet. We are doing variety trials for cucumbers, but I did some Googling and identify some varieties that are more appropriated for our state. So if you are in the slicer or fresh market, those are the 10 varieties that we would recommend it for our state. So keeping in mind that there are more available, but those ones are the ones that can easily be found in different websites or different sellers. If you go for the pickling types of cucumber, we have those 4 varieties that are very adaptable to our location, but there are others as well. Keeping in mind when you're talking with your seed representative, he will try to offer you other options. I'm not saying that it's not a good option. There are probably more. They know more than me on what they have in their catalog there, but those are the ones that I identify and that I have seen uh, that are adaptable and provide some disease resistance for our locations. With that, I would like to summarize. I will not get in focus on disease, neither insect. Dr. Cremons will be covering that part of the insects. Next week, we'll be talking about pest management, where we're going to cover the most important disease, not only of cucurbits only, but also tomatoes, peppers, sweet corn, all other crops grown in Alabama. And like I said, I'm leaving here my contact. You have my email, you have my cell phone. You are free to call or email me. I can share this presentation with you. I can get in more depth with the data with you, and I'm open for any questions by the end of this today talks.